I'm not a fan of writing CSS. I always get into this situation where I start off really well and my style sheets are really neat and clean and well structured. And then as time pressure builds, it just progressively gets messier. And that's just part of the coding process. But if you're a good software developer, you always refactor and clean. But let's be honest, refactoring and cleaning style sheets is probably not the most exciting thing to do. And I think most people would want to spend their time on something else. So over the years, people tried to remedy this problem by creating CSS design patterns, but that just still requires you to write a lot of CSS. And then obviously it gets frameworks like Bootstrap, which in my opinion is awesome, but it's got its own list of cons, especially when it comes to really custom components. So I saw this thing pop up on Twitter called Tailwind CSS, and one day I installed and used it, and I've never looked back. It's just one of those tools that once you use it, you can never go without it again. So if you're watching this video, you're probably at that point where you're just starting out to use Tailwind, and you now want to install it into your Angular application. And I'm going to give you the steps needed to do that. So it's really easy. As with any other package, we can install Tailwind through your Node Package Manager by calling npm install -d Tailwind CSS post CSS auto prefixer. And we'll just give it a minute or two to complete its installation. Once Tailwind is installed, we can run the npx tailwind csn init command, and this will create your tailwind.config.js file. And your config file is that file that's used to install your plugins, extend your theme, and specify the content that is used by Tailwind CSS to generate your style sheets. So in Angular, we want to use your HTML and TypeScript files, and that's obviously located in your source folder. So just paste that into your config file, and that's all that's needed. And then as a last step, we need to copy and paste the Tailwind directives into our styles file. So we've got 3 directives called base, components, and utilities, and you can just paste that in there. And that's it. Now we can write or use the Tailwind classes to style our pages. So let's give this div a width of the screen, height of the screen, and a background that's yellow. And then we can run npm run start, which would kick off the Angular Tailwind build process to build your style sheets and also build your Angular application. Once that is done and you browse to your Angular application, you should see a screen that's yellow, and that would be an indication that everything's working and set up correctly. And that's it. Let's browse to our Angular application, and there we have it. It's as easy as that to install and set up, or install and configure. So go give it a try.